Welcome to the One Resolution Manifesto, a visionary framework for global unity and sustainable progress. I'm Abdullah Albalatah, and I invite you to consider with me a grand thought experiment, one that looks at our Earth and our species with the same sense of interconnectedness an astrophysicist feels when observing a galaxy. We are, after all, stardust, animated and aware, living on a precious blue marble. This manifesto isn't just a document, it's an appeal to our shared intelligence, our capacity for awe, and our innate desire to build something lasting, something that resonates with the natural order of complex, evolving systems. This manifesto is built on 10 interconnected pillars designed to balance humanity's needs and aspirations. Imagine these not as separate columns, but as interwoven strands in the fabric of a future society. Much like the fundamental forces of nature weave the cosmos, each pillar, from the most basic human needs to the loftiest of our technological dreams, is designed to interact, support, and amplify the others. It's a holistic approach, recognizing that you can't solve climate change without addressing poverty or foster innovation without ensuring ethical education. It's about achieving a kind of societal resonance where every part vibrates in harmony. Our journey today will explore these pillars not as abstract ideals but as actionable pathways. We'll look at the why, the deep, often cosmic reasons for these principles, and the how, the practical steps to bring this vision to life. It's an ambitious undertaking, no doubt, akin to mapping a new star system or understanding the origins of life. But humanity has always thrived on such challenges. We are explorers and builders by nature. So let us embark on this exploration together with open minds and a shared hope for what we can collectively achieve. When we consider the vastness of the universe and the improbable miracle of life on Earth, the fundamental needs of every human being come into sharp focus. These aren't mere desires, they are the non-negotiable constants in the equation of a thriving society. Access to nutritious food, a sense of security from harm, and the enlightening power of universal education. These are the bedrock upon which any stable and progressing civilization must be built. Much like a star requires a core of hydrogen to ignite, a society requires these essentials to spark its potential. Denying these to anyone is like trying to build a skyscraper on quicksand. The entire structure is fundamentally compromised from the outset. The practical application here is not revolutionary in concept, but in its unwavering universal implementation. We're talking about inclusive healthcare systems that see every life as precious, regardless of cosmic or terrestrial lottery of birth. Imagine educational infrastructures, globally networked, that offer every child from the most remote village to the densest urban center the tools to understand their world and shape their future. This isn't charity, it's an investment in the collective cognitive power of our species. It's about ensuring that the next Einstein or Marie Curie isn't lost to preventable disease or lack of opportunity, allowing the full spectrum of human ingenuity to illuminate our path forward. If humanity is a crew on spaceship Earth, then our mission and vision must be a shared flight plan, one that guides us toward common destinations. What are these grand objectives? Eradicating the scourge of poverty, which dims so many potential stars in our human constellation, is paramount. Achieving genuine, lasting sustainability, where our presence on this planet enhances rather than depletes its vitality, is another. These aren't just lofty ideals, they are survival imperatives, as critical as navigating an asteroid field. Without a unified direction, our individual efforts, however brilliant, risk becoming random vectors, pulling us in conflicting, perhaps even catastrophic directions. We must align our thrusters. Consider the practical application of a global charter to combat climate change, a threat that respects no borders and requires a response of planetary scale. This wouldn't just be a treaty of signatures, it would be a dynamic, scientifically informed and universally adopted operational manual for planetary stewardship. It means shared research, transparent data, and collective commitment to renewable energy targets, to carbon capture innovations, and to adapting our civilizations to the new realities of our atmosphere. It's about transforming our understanding of ourselves from passengers on this planet to its active, responsible, and ultimately its wisest navigators, working in concert to ensure a long and prosperous voyage. In the cosmos, gravity draws matter together to form stars and galaxies. In human society, a similar though more complex force operates social bonds. The trust, empathy and collaboration between diverse communities are the gravitational forces that prevent societal fragmentation and allow for the construction of something far greater than the sum of its parts. When these bonds are strong, information flows, innovation flourishes, and resilience in the face of adversity is magnified. Think of it as the invisible scaffolding that supports the grand architecture of a global civilization, allowing for both stability and dynamic growth, much like dark matter shapes galactic structures. To strengthen these essential connections, we must actively cultivate them. The practical application involves fostering cultural dialogue programs that bridge divides, not by erasing differences, but by celebrating them as part of the rich human tapestry. Imagine international student exchanges, not just for academics, but for genuine cultural immersion. Consider conflict resolution initiatives that are not imposed from outside, but are co-created with communities, drawing on universal principles of justice and reconciliation. These aren't soft initiatives, they are fundamental to reducing the friction that impedes progress, allowing the inherent human tendency towards cooperation to overcome the entropy of misunderstanding and distrust. Chapter 4. Illuminating Minds. Forging a global path of knowledge. Education is the process by which we transmit the accumulated wisdom of our species, and more importantly, the tools to question, to innovate, and to discover anew. A truly global education system, as envisioned in this manifesto, would be our species' collective lens, focusing our intellectual light. The curriculum must emphasize not just rote memorization, but the cultivation of ethics, the sharpening of critical thinking, and the nurturing of a boundless spirit of innovation. It's about teaching to think, not to think, preparing minds to tackle challenges we can't yet even conceive, much like early astronomers developed mathematics that would later unlock secrets of the universe. The practical application of such a vision involves a profound integration of disciplines. Sciences and humanities must not be seen as warring factions, but as complementary ways of understanding our universe and our place within it. Educational programs should be rich with cultural diversity, teaching young minds to see the world through multiple perspectives, fostering empathy alongside analytical skill. Imagine virtual global classrooms where students from different continents collaborate on projects, solving real-world problems using shared data and diverse approaches. This is how we cultivate a generation capable of stewarding a complex, interconnected world, a generation fluent in the language of both logic and compassion. Chapter 5. The Resilient Blueprint. Adapting while staying true. The universe itself is a testament to dynamic integrity, systems that maintain their core structures and laws, while constantly adapting, evolving and responding to change. Our human societies must strive for a similar resilience. We need systems that uphold fundamental principles of justice, equity and sustainability, yet are nimble enough to adapt to unforeseen challenges, whether they be sudden climate crises, pandemics, or even the societal shifts brought about by new technologies. This isn't about rigid adherence to outdated dogma, but about having a strong, principled core that allows for flexible, intelligent responses, much like a living organism maintains homeostasis in a changing environment. Practically, this translates into transparent governance structures that inspire public trust because their decision-making processes are open to scrutiny and participation. It means establishing rapid crisis response capabilities that are not just reactive but anticipatory, using data and predictive modeling to prepare for and mitigate shocks. Imagine a global network for disaster relief that can mobilize resources with unprecedented speed and precision, or financial systems designed with circuit breakers that prevent catastrophic collapse while fostering ethical growth. This dynamic integrity ensures that as we reach for the stars, our foundations on Earth remain solid, adaptable, and true to our highest values. Chapter 6. Our shared orbit of responsibility, the ethics of coexistence. Each of us, every community, every nation, orbits a common center of shared humanity. Social ethics in duty is the recognition of this interconnectedness, the understanding that our actions or inactions have ripple effects across the entire system. It's about a collective responsibility towards fostering justice, not just within our own borders, but globally, and practicing solidarity, especially with the most vulnerable among us. This isn't merely a moral aspiration, it's a pragmatic necessity for a stable and prosperous global society. Think of it as the ethical equivalent of Newton's law of universal gravitation. Every entity exerts an influence and is influenced in return. Our duty is to make that influence a positive, constructive one. The practical applications of this ethical framework are myriad and deeply impactful. Consider volunteer campaigns for environmental protection, where communities globally unite to clean oceans, reforest lands, or protect endangered species, a tangible expression of planetary stewardship. Picture international aid programs that are not just about handouts, but about empowering communities with the tools and knowledge for self-sufficiency. It's about creating legal frameworks that hold corporations and states accountable for their social and environmental impact, ensuring that the pursuit of progress doesn't trample the rights and well-being of others. This is how we weave a safety net of care and responsibility that encompasses all of humanity. Chapter 7, Local Stars, Global Constellation, Empowering Communities. The universe is structured on multiple scales, from the tiniest quantum foam to these vast superclusters of galaxies. Similarly, a healthy global society really needs to empower its local communities. It's about giving them the autonomy of self-determination while ensuring their actions harmonize with the well-being of the whole. Local communities, they are like the incubators of culture, innovation, and those tailored solutions to specific challenges we face. Empowering them to make decisions that directly affect their lives, that fosters a sense of ownership and engagement. However, this local empowerment must operate within a framework of global unity and shared principles. It's crucial to ensure that the pursuit of local interests doesn't inadvertently harm the larger human or ecological system. It's a delicate balance, like planets orbiting a star, each unique yet part of a cohesive system. The practical application of this principle lies in developing decentralized governance models that enhance public participation and bring decision-making closer to the people it affects. This could mean more robust local councils, community-led development projects, or participatory budgeting processes where citizens have a direct say in how public funds are allocated. And critically, these local structures must be networked, sharing best practices and coordinating with regional and global bodies on issues that transcend local boundaries, like pandemics or resource management. This creates a symbiotic relationship where local vitality fuels global strength and global wisdom informs local action. It's all about creating a truly responsive and representative system. Chapter 8. Reaching for the stars, fueling ambition, individual and collective. Humanity is an inherently ambitious species. From our earliest ancestors looking up at the night sky to our modern endeavors in science and art, we are driven by a desire to understand, to create, and to transcend our current limitations. This manifesto champions that spirit, supporting both individual dreams and grand collective ambitions. Whether it's the quest to explore the farthest reaches of space, the drive to conquer diseases that plague humanity, or the aspiration to create breathtaking works of art that speak to our shared soul, these goals and dreams are the fuel for progress. They are the expressions of our species' boundless curiosity and our refusal to accept the status quo as the final word. To translate this into tangible reality, we must actively foster environments where ambition can flourish. A key practical application is the robust funding of international research projects, pooling global talent and resources to tackle the biggest questions and the most audacious goals. Imagine collaborative missions to Mars, not as a race between nations, but as a unified human endeavor. Consider global initiatives to develop cures for diseases like Alzheimer's or cancer, sharing data and breakthroughs openly. It's about creating a global ecosystem that rewards curiosity, supports innovation, and celebrates the human drive to reach for what currently seems out of reach, knowing that today's dreams are tomorrow's realities. Chapter 9. Oceans of Connection, the Unified Sea of Exchange. Throughout history, the Earth's oceans have been vast highways for trade, migration, and the exchange of ideas, sometimes fraught with peril, but always connecting disparate parts of our world. The Universal Port Sea, or the Unified Sea, as envisioned in this manifesto, is more than just a physical concept. It's a powerful symbol of frictionless, equitable exchange of goods, yes, but more importantly of knowledge, culture and innovation. It represents a world where the barriers to connection are lowered, where the currents of human ingenuity can flow freely, enriching every shore they touch. Think of it as the planet's circulatory system, vital for health and growth, ensuring that resources and ideas reach where they are needed most. The practical application of this vision in our modern age involves leveraging technology to create a truly unified global network. A prime example is the development of a digital platform linking global ports, not just for logistics, but for sustainability and shared knowledge. This platform would champion green shipping routes, optimizing for fuel efficiency and minimal environmental impact, perhaps using AI to predict weather patterns and ocean currents for safer, cleaner transit. It would facilitate the transparent sharing of best practices in port management, customs procedures, and even cultural exchange programs between port cities. This unified sea becomes a conduit for a more prosperous, interconnected, and environmentally conscious global community. Chapter 10. The algorithmic compass steering AI for humanity's benefit. Artificial intelligence is arguably one of the most transformative technologies humanity has ever conceived, with the potential to reshape every aspect of our lives, much like the discovery of fire or the invention of the printing press. The establishment of a unified AI hub, perhaps strategically located in a place like Australia, known for its innovation and ethical considerations, is about ensuring this powerful tool serves humanity's highest aspirations. This global center would not be about controlling AI, but about guiding its development and deployment according to robust ethical principles, ensuring it is applied to enhance health, broaden education, and promote justice for all, rather than exacerbating inequalities or creating new existential risks. The practical application of such a hub involves fostering international collaboration among researchers, ethicists, policymakers, and the public. This hub would spearhead the development of AI models designed specifically for equitable resource management, helping to distribute food, water, and energy more efficiently and fairly across the globe. It could develop AI-driven diagnostic tools accessible in underserved regions, or personalized educational platforms that adapt to individual learning styles. Crucially, it would be a watchdog and a guide, promoting transparency in algorithms, advocating for data privacy, and ensuring that AI remains a tool for human empowerment, a compass pointing us towards a more intelligent and compassionate future. Outro our shared destiny, forging a unified future. We've journeyed through the 10 pillars of the One Resolution Manifesto, a framework designed not as a rigid edict, but as an invitation to co-create a future worthy of our species' potential. It's a call to see ourselves not just as inhabitants of separate nations, but as crew members on this magnificent spaceship Earth, with a shared destiny and a common responsibility to navigate wisely. The challenges are immense, as vast as the cosmos itself, but so too is our capacity for ingenuity, compassion, and collective action. Join us in turning this vision into reality through tangible international collaboration. Every individual contribution, every community effort, every national policy aligned with these principles acts like a gravitational assist, accelerating our journey toward a more harmonious world. This isn't about surrendering sovereignty, it's about synergizing it, recognizing that some challenges, and indeed some of our greatest aspirations, can only be addressed when we pool our unique strengths and perspectives. Let's build bridges, not walls, and foster understanding across all the beautiful complexities of our world. Celebrate diversity as humanity's driving force. Together, we can achieve planetary unity and sustainable progress. The universe is filled with an astonishing variety of structures and phenomena, and it is this diversity that makes it so rich and wondrous. The same is true for humanity. Our different cultures, ideas, and talents are not obstacles but our greatest assets. Thank you for being a part of the One Resolution Manifesto. Let the journey continue with courage, with wisdom, and with a shared commitment to the one home we all cherish.